ultimately decided to walk away from the practice, you ask God for vision and guidance. Now, when in Christianity, we tell people, pray to God. Before you make a decision, go to God first. And when you did that, I want you to give people your experience when you heard His voice when He tell you, okay, this is the right thing to do. Walk away from this, and I have something greater for you. When you close one door and another door open, talk about that experience when you knew that, okay, I heard His voice, and this is what He told me, and this is what I'm going to do.
I love about God, and these are the experiences that I really like and I hold on to. We were living in Hamilton, New Jersey, and one morning I woke up and I said to my husband, I said, we have to move to New York now. I said, if we don't move, we'll never have the opportunity again. And one thing that I appreciate about my ex-husband is that he knew that I heard God's voice, and he knew that I was a woman of faith. So he trusted that in me, and that's what I really loved about him. So in saying that, within 2 weeks, we were in New York. Now, mind you, I had to travel about 3.5 hours to go to work on Monday morning. But that's a decision that I made, and that's how much I trusted God. Now, on my travels to work, yes, I was getting tired. I was getting frustrated because we just left our home. Some people might say, well, that's not the mature thing to do or anything like that. But to me, that's how God operates. We don't know the mind of God and what He's going to do. But in that, my husband, he had been trying to get back into the military for about the last 4 years. When we moved to New York, he got back in the military within 1 month. So I knew that God was in it. And then I was looking for employment in New York, and I couldn't find a job, and I was getting more and more frustrated each week. So then my husband, he got orders for us to go to Hinesville. So one of my patients was like, hey, you could get unemployment. Did you know that? You know. And I tried it, and it worked. And that's how I knew God was in it. But I have so many testimonies like that. So when God speaks to me, whether it's in my spirit, whether it's through a sign in the universe, or whether it's prophetically through someone, I always listen. And the crazy thing is, and this is not to go off the dental hygiene thing, but I just walked in a Chinese store about a couple weeks ago, and this woman said, you're a boss. And I said, what? Like, what are you talking about? She was like, you're a boss. She said, what type of work do you do? I said, don't worry about it. What kind of work do you do? And I was joking with her. So then she says to me, when are you going to write your next book? And when are you going to do your men's and your women's conferences? So she starts speaking to my spirit. This woman never saw me, but that's how God operates in my life. And she turned to my best friend and she said, you're her assistant, aren't you? My best friend travels with me everywhere. And she holds down the fort for me, you know, when I'm speaking. So to go into the Chinese store to get some eyelashes and come out with that word of knowledge, it was like, wow, God, you're really in the midst. And so many things like that happened for me. So it's like, how can I not trust God, or how can I not be a woman of faith? You know, a lot of people, they might hear me talk about my deliverance on the dance floor with a margarita in my hand, which is very true. But the thing is, I really love God, and my relationship with Him is sure, and that I am a woman of faith. If God says, Cheron, you need to get up now and go to Africa, guess what? Cheron's getting up and going to Africa. She's like, okay, God, how we going to do this? I don't know how, but give me a confirmation, and then we doing this. And it always works out for me.